Hello and welcome. I am Exit Light and this is my channel. Today we're going to talk about a missing persons case. Someone who went missing without a trace in the Grand Canyon National Park. Before we get started, please click this like button. It helps to share my content, and if you would you please share my content with people who are like-minded? Also, if you're not subscribed, please do so. And if you'd like to be notified when my content goes live, please click that subscribe button. And let's delve into today's mystery, shall we? 21-year-old Drake Kramer of San Antonio disappeared February 1st, 2015 from the Grand Canyon National Park. Drake was enrolled to study geology at the University of Texas. Drake's father, Robin Kramer, had last seen his son on January 29th, when the two of them watched the film American Sniper. The father says that he was in good spirits, but it had been a few days since he'd seen his son. However, his father said that was absolutely normal. He worked hard, and he had just started school. The father said that he had worked at Lowe's home improvement store for a year and had just received his associate's degree from Northwest Vista College. School officials did confirm that Drake had been enrolled at the University of Texas at San Antonio, where he was studying geology. It was a series of strange text messages sent to his friends and family in a group text that started to raise concern amongst his family and friends. They hadn't known he was going to the Grand Canyon, and they were even more surprised to find out that he'd gone to California first from Texas, and then back to Arizona to go to the Grand Canyon. Drake was last seen on a Sunday, February 1st, 2015, in the area of the Bright Angel Lodge on the south rim of the Grand Canyon National Park. He was reported the next day by his parents, Robin and Brenda Kramer. Drake had stayed the night at the lodge as a guest, and he did check out the next morning. That's when he began to send the strange text message before he disappeared. In that text message, he just simply said, "I have to give my body to Mother Earth." It was very much unlike Drake to travel into the wilderness alone. He had been to the Grand Canyon before, somewhere between 2 and 4 times. He was also very experienced in the outdoors. His father said that at first he wasn't worried, that everything seemed to be going fine for his son. He was a very loving, very caring child. He loved animals. He'd been on the honor roll his entire life. He was very responsible. He was a hard worker and very frugal. But the text message wasn't like him. And the fact that he traveled alone wasn't like him. So eventually, the worry did set in particular after a very strange message. The authorities did find Drake's car at the lodge. The father said that not only was it strange that he went alone, but he had just started school. So to leave at the very beginning of school was also concerning. But he did love the Grand Canyon. There were several spots, according to his family, that he just absolutely loved. They hoped that the message meant that he just needed to be with nature. He needed to go someplace to calm his mind, maybe take away some stress. They were holding out that that's what the message meant. Park rangers and search and rescue teams searched the South Rim area, which is where Drake particularly loved to go. They searched from Hermit's Rest on the west side to Grandview on the east side for 6 days. The Park Service said that teams of searchers have walked miles along the canyon rim, searched heavily forested areas. They utilized dog teams. They performed several over-the-rim technical searches and conducted multiple area reconnaissance missions to support ground searchers. But the search turned up nothing. Not any clues. Not Drake, not a clothing, not his backpack, nothing. The Rangers did say that the search was difficult, but they persisted. The weather, with the daytime temperatures being around 60 degrees, was good. The terrain being searched was flat on top of the rim, but on the sides it was a little bit rocky, a little bit unstable on the edges. There were trees down there were shrubs, there were rocks, and the canyon walls are often shaded depending on the time of day. But they did go through with the aerial searches. They did lower special equipment off of the edge to see if they could find him or his body. Finally, after all those days, they had to stop the search. The ranger said that it's highly unlikely, given the area that he's expected to have disappeared in, that his remains weren't found. But they weren't. And they never have been. He went missing without a trace. 21-year-old Drake Kramer, with only a text message to say that he had to give his body to Mother Earth. Drake Kramer is 5'7" tall, about 140 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. And he likes to wear his baseball cap backward facing or a bandana. He also prefers dark colored clothing. If you have any information, if you were in the area on those dates, please call the Park Service's Silence Witness Line at 928-638-7842. Good night.